Live? Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going live. I'm on here. You guys, those who are showing up, please tell me if you can hear me okay. I have my little mic down in the center. I'm also, so if you're here, write down hashtag here so I can see that you are here. I'm checking in my live on my other computer. This is so weird the way I have to do this. Oh my gosh. I'm going in trying to see. You have to have like multiple screens open. Okay, if you are here, write down a hashtag here down below. Oh, cool. I can see it is working. This is amazing. I'm up there. You're here. Oh my gosh. Yes, we have Alyssa, Amanda. Oh my gosh, Lindsay, Danielle, Heidi, Haley. Oh my gosh, I want to like COVID distance hug you. Actually, no, I want to like really hug you. Janine, Myra, Kara. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys, we all deal with imposter syndrome, and I'm honestly taking a breath that anybody showed up for this. I can't right now. For those who know me, you know I get emotional. I'm going to hold it together. It's going to be great. Marissa. There's so many. Brianna, Allison, Megan. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's so many people. Danielle, Laura. Yes. I'm literally going back and forth. This is the coolest thing. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm just like gushing right now. I can't believe this. All right, you guys, tonight I'm guessing will be about a half hour long, okay? My big thing is I want you to just be all in as we go. Tonight is the slides are not Disney theme. Therefore, I wore this special shirt so I could have the muses from Hercules with me because I do not have that in my slides. And for those who know me, that's like, oh my gosh, she doesn't have that. So you know me. All right. I'm going to put this in presentation mode, which is really exciting. Rochelle, Melissa, Regina, Carrie. Oh my God, this is so great. We have to do a girls' night. Anyway, okay, totally off topic. You guys, I'm stoked. I'm so stoked to have you here. This has been so much freaking work. We are going to get into, this is all about how to get those profitable dancer patients. It's so easy, like I have talked about any of my promo stuff, it's so easy to be like, hey, I want to get a dancer patient, and then you don't, because you don't know how to do it, but you know how to treat them, but you don't know how to get them in the door. Dude, that's why I'm diving into this now. It's 5 days. Honestly, I could take forever getting individualized with you guys, but this is the good stuff I'm sharing with you now, so we can really start getting you those followers, not just like random followers, but specific followers just for you and the specific type of dancer you want to work with. All right. Okay, let me actually give you guys, though I do go into this, I think tomorrow or the next day, I want to give you guys an example of two examples of what it means by why we need to get specific. And yes, I'm totally going off topic, but I don't give a shit. So, I swear. Anyway, so I'm going to give you two things. So let's pretend you are a ballet dancer specifically who is having difficulty doing pirouettes. For those who don't know what those are turns. Okay. And then I'm going to give a message that is for, say, just any dancer versus this ballet dancer who needs help with their turns. Okay, let me give you the first one, because I literally just had a conversation with someone about this, and I want to give this, I think, gives you a big picture of what we're going to be diving into and how you're going to get the right people following you with what your audience wants. Okay, here's my sales pitch number one. My sales pitch number one to the dancers at large. Okay, all right. Are you having trouble dancing? Are you having pain and limitations with movement that's preventing you from really going into your class without having to stop, or that's preventing you from doing your rehearsals? Are you just having a hard time and have pain somewhere in your body that's bothering you? Look, I can help you. I am a physical therapist and I love working with dancers. Here is my website for you to check me out and see all that I can do for you. Great. That's message number one. Honestly, there's many levels of things of what I just said that is wrong, but let's just focus on the big picture. Here, that was to dancers in general. Now, I'm going to get specific. Hey, are you a ballerina who's having difficulty turning right now because of pain in your hip? You have gone to multiple chiropractors, you've gone to even physical therapists, and you have not found a solution with this. You've even considered surgery, but you're not seeing any good results from that. Guess what? The hip is my passion and I can get you out of this. I know the exercises, I know the stretches, I know the foods, I know the pain signs behind what is going on for you to get you out of this long term. Now, I have an appointment here in which we can do a phone call. I can better get to know exactly what's going on so we can strategize and come up with a game plan for you. Click on the link below. I got you. Who's more likely to buy? Who's more likely to buy? All right, so write down hashtag general or write down hashtag ballerina if you're following me. Hashtag general or hashtag ballerina. Put that in the comments down below right away. What's up, Danielle? Put that hashtag ballerina, okay? That is so clear when you're getting specific. And man, if you want, I'll get on individual phone calls with each of you and I'll do two separate sales pitches so you can better understand why we need to get specific. Okay. Now, going into what your audience wants. All right, you guys all know I'm different. Okay, I have been fearless doing things since physical therapy school. I am an intense person. I have a lot of energy. I mean, obviously, come on, duh. I am a passionate person. My goal is to pull the curtains open for each and every single one of you to get a wildly profitable audience. That is it. All right, I am completely heinously against trainings that teach you little hacks and then say, okay, now go buy my crap. That's bull. We're not doing that here. Here's the reality. I know there is a lot of uncertainty in all this COVID pandemic craziness going on in the world today. And when I am uncertain, here's what I do that I'm sharing with you. I go and learn, and that is what I am doing for you right now. Here, I want to earn your trust. Okay, just like we do with our patients, I want to earn your trust here. I want to pull back the curtains on absolutely everything. I want to be absolutely transparent in all this, though. There is going to be an offer at the end of this workshop. Any workshop I do, you do, should always have an offer at the end of the workshop. So of course I'm doing that in the end. That being said, I'm not prepping you for me to just say, here, now go buy my offer. Absolutely not. I want you to see this. And I want you to be sure that we are a really good fit from everything that I've taught you during this time. I want you to leave this workshop with things you can actually apply and do right now. Ask any of my students, if any of my students are here, write 1.0 or 2.0 down in the comments so people can see you and I can just give you extra love because I miss you. All right, we are going to be diving deep, and I promise that you are going to learn how to get a profitable dancer audience. Now, here are things. Wait, I gotta pause because this is just hysterical. So you guys know I love pointing out things with technique. So let's look at this girl over here. Oh, you can't see my mouse when I'm circling it. But this girl, she's the second to last on the Actually, no, let's do the last girl on the left and her technique on point right there. Okay, I mean, there's some obvious things, but I just want to point it out to you for those who are working on getting a better eye with technique. Already, just look at her point shoes. She's like hanging off her point shoes. She's not over the box. So that's the first thing I see from the farthest girl on the left. I see that with other girls, but I'm just focusing on the girl with her arm just kind of out to the side like this, okay? Also, her legs aren't turned out. I would say her back leg, no, they're equally not turned out. She's not really turning out from the hips. If anything, she seems to be pushing back on her hamstrings because she's just having a hard time getting over her toes. Also, I can see that her core's not working. Also, her rib cage is out. We have lordosis there. She's definitely not connected in her shoulder blades. There's a lot that's just disconnected. So a lot of opportunity with correcting her here. I have some more pictures as we go that I'm going to sidetrack for a second to point out the technique because it's fun. Okay. Things that I need from you, okay? I need you to engage. When I say comment down below, I want you to comment down below. When I want you to say, I want you to click the like button, I want you to click the like button. Like right now, click like, love. Show me excitement right now that you're here. I want us to be communicating and hyping each other up as we go. Teaching and communicating requires a two-way street in which I'm going to be getting into today for you to better understand. Next thing, I need you to complete the homework assignments that I give you at the end of this call. This helps me understand exactly where you are with your learning. This homework assignment should take you 5 minutes or less. You're fine. You're good. Okay. I need to bet also from this homework, you're going to be posting it in the group so I can see what's going on, better understand your questions, and so I can move forward appropriately. For me to just blindly, as you guys know, to just blindly be giving answers without having that interaction is silly. I need to hear from you. So please write those questions down below. Let's keep that interaction going. Kayla, what's up? This is hysterical how I have to look to the left to see people. Okay. I want us to grow as a community here. The dance physical therapy community, still, we have this, yes, we have this group, but for us to really be together, to be supportive is a big, big deal. That being said, slight side note on this, if you have nothing nice to say to somebody in this group, or if you're going to come across rude in any manner, do not say it. We are only a supportive group here. I'm absolutely fine if you decide to leave this group because you want to be able to say your piece as bluntly as you can, as you would like. That's fine. Go to other groups like the Doctor of Physical Therapy group. Yes, it's a great big group, but there's not nice stuff in there, and I don't want this group to ever become that. We stay nice. We stay supportive. Like they said, Lin-Manuel Miranda said on Broadway, love is love is love is love is love. That's exactly what we do in this group. All right, so regarding us growing as a community, I personally live to help people. I get so much joy from helping you. It is like the best candy dessert meal a person can have. When I impact you, you are better able to reach others. I want us all to have this mindset. There are not enough of us to get all the dancers in the world. I believe that all dance physical therapists deserve the freedom to live the life we want to live. I feel like I need a pause there because we get this message so often in physical therapy school and also from the many naysayers that God forbid you ask to make money or ask for a life that's going to bring you your ultimate happiness. You have to always put the other people first. Wrong. You have to put yourself first in order to best serve and best be present for other people. So I'm putting you first. You put yourself first. All right. Now, I want us to get on the same page here. I'm not teaching you how to just get followers. No. I'm teaching you how to get people to invest in how you are helping them. There is a huge difference. All right. Now, I want us all to get on the same page here. If you commit, I want you to type right now, #ICommit. Type #ICommit down below. We all need to be accountable. This is how I'm keeping you accountable. This is me putting my eye up on the screen as I do to my students. We're keeping each other accountable as we go. All right. Now, let's talk about what we are covering. So here's what we're covering today. Sunday, we're talking about how to pick the most profitable platform for your growing audience, the audience that's going to invest in you. Yes, I'm seeing the iCommits. Yay, Kendra, Allison, Amanda. Yes, I love it. There's like such a delay. It's like honestly comedic. Okay, Monday, we're talking about messaging. Tuesday, we're talking about creating content. Wednesday, we're talking about creating offers, which is huge. And Thursday, we're talking about how to launch everything all together, and that includes prep time, okay? That's what we're doing all these days, okay? So Monday, picking the platform for your growing audience, or sorry, Monday messaging, Tuesday creating content, Wednesday creating offers, Thursdays how to launch everything all together, and that includes prep time. Okay, clearly I'm not off book and I'm reading something, but whatever, as long as we're on the same page. Yes. Okay, now we're going into, oh wait, oh my gosh, I need to pause. Look at this arabesque. So for those who don't know, this is an arabesque. So if I was going to point out one thing, is that her back leg is bent, but maybe she's in the midst of a move. I don't know. Regardless, her foot is sickled. So her leg that is behind her, that means her foot is inverted. We don't want that look. We want, if anything, everted, which I tended to do, and that's called winging. She is really, really lacking that. And because of it, it's really messing up her line. Also, we can see in her back, her limitations that's going on there. She could definitely use a lot of core stabilization, a lot of other things, but I just wanted to point out the obvious back leg that is just off. But I love you. You're a talent. We just have room to improve. All right, story time. All right, before I go into story time, I want to have a little. Oh, I'm frozen. All ears. Sorry, I was stuck at the beach. If I'm freezing for you, let me pause. I see that I'm still going though on the screen. Kayla, if you're seeing that I'm frozen, try moving to a different part of your home for a slightly better internet connection. I've definitely seen that. So just go check that, because I do see that I'm still going. But thank you for letting me know, because that does happen with this like live interweb stuff. Okay, so let's give this girl, oh my God, I'm already sweating. So let's give this girl some corrections. I mean, she's beautiful. I mean, yes, obviously. Let's get picky now. So her shoulders are up, even though that they are back, they're still up a little bit. And then her palms are facing forward like this. They actually need to be facing each other. Then also her back leg could be turned out more. That might be all she has, but that is definitely where she has room to improve. Her upper body too is opened up. Oh yeah, thank you, Carrie. Or maybe refreshing that sometimes. Thank you, Carrie. Carrie's always so helpful. Okay, so she's opening up that rib cage because she doesn't have that. She's lacking. No, I'm not even going to give her the excuse. Her upper body needs to stay square, even though her lower body is opening up to get her leg behind her and open up. So she actually needs to square off her shoulders. Those are some things just off the top. Her ribs are out. Okay. All right, let's see. Now, story time. So I grew up with a ton of rejections all the time. I mean, I started off as a performer, musical theater performer. So I would get rejected all the time. I remember one time I went to this audition for, I believe it was All Shook Up when I was writing this out, but I'm honestly not sure. But let's just say it's All Shook Up, even though I got to do that show twice, and I'm good. I feel good about that one. So I went to an audition, and I remember going in to sing, and it was this big moment because they asked me, they said, "Oh, are you a dancer?" And I had worked so hard to prove myself as a singer for years, and to get asked that instead of them putting me as a dancer first was huge, because I wanted to start doing roles and stop doing the dance ensemble. And so I remember responding like, a little, just because it just brought me so much joy. I did not want them to know. I wanted to be looked up for roles. Then I went in for the dance audition, and sometimes you're the strongest person in the room. And this was definitely the case for me. Guess what? I didn't get it. That stuff happened to me all the time, whether I was the strongest person in the room or not. I had rejections all the time. But those rejections are not what really was hurtful to me. The rejections that I found that were honestly the worst for me, that I'm totally open about, was when I was in physical therapy school. And that was because of my personality and who I am. Yeah, I get I'm different. I get I have energy. But dude, I went into school at 35. I'm 40 years old right now. I've been with my personality for a long time. I've worked for people where I specifically changed my personality to fit that place as they requested, like to a T. And they couldn't give me notes on that anymore because I was literally I don't even want to impersonate it. It feels like acting like a dead person to me because it's so not natural. But I remember literally changing my personality for a place. They still were unhappy. It was a terrible place to work. And honestly, people are leave that place regularly. It's a regular revolving door. So, I mean, not that I need that assurance, but assurance is always good, as we know. And so I had already dealt with what it's like to try to change my personality. I knew that was definitely not for me. And I knew that I needed to just, wherever I would go in my career, people would accept me like I would accept them, which is why I fit so well in musical theater with my theater people and with my dancer people. My personality is normal amongst them. So that being said, I go into physical therapy school. And when we're talking about how we treat all people, we're open to taking care of all people. I've been one person, I love that, right? Right, Shelly? So I remember I worked my butt off. Anybody, write down hashtag butt off if you worked your butt off in PT school, all right? Put that down first. Now, I want you to write down after that if you felt like you were invisible, hashtag invisible. In physical therapy school, meaning you worked your tail off, but you felt like you weren't seen. Now, there might be a couple people here who were lucky enough to get that special attention from teachers, and I'm so happy for you. I think that's great. I'm not one of them. A lot of people are not one of them. So that is an issue. So, okay, I worked my tail off. I was fortunate enough to get slated as a candidate for the student assembly. And I remember I was kind of blending in, though I was doing a lot of stuff to try to stand out because I really did want to stand out. I mean, I'm a theater performer. I want to stand out. I love being the center of attention. It's my nature. It's my world. Okay, I'm not apologizing. That's my life. Okay, so, and that's why I love doing these kind of lives. So I remember the head of the program called me into her office, and instead of focusing on congratulations, there was all this fear and concern very clearly about me embarrassing the school being myself. I just need to pause there because that hurts so bad. I worked really hard to get slated, everything, to get noticed, everything, to do the work. I put in work to make change. And that was the first response I got from the head of the program, who I was hoping, if anything, would be proud of me. So that was her focus of the conversation, how I needed to learn how to turn my personality off. Look, dude, I'm an actor. I can turn on all kinds of shades. Absolutely. But for me, in a program, when we're just being ourselves in class and being ourselves and we're not actually in front of patients, I was very unfairly judged and prematurely, and that was not cool. If anybody has ever done that, please know I freaking love you. You're awesome. Stay you. Don't change for anyone else. All right, I learned how to work. At the end of the day, despite that discouragement, I learned how to work hard no matter what was becoming an obstacle. And we all have these obstacles, even as we're doing this first lesson today, okay? When I first got started online, I did not have follower success very early. I had a lot of physical therapists liking my things, but they weren't my audience. I was like, this is the wrong direction. Like, what am I doing? I thought that if I had followers, I would make money, but that's just not the case. All right, now I'm going to give you guys an example here. So the difference between having 3 million followers and 20,000 followers, because having 3 million followers does not mean you're going to make more money. I thought that was how it was. I was wrong. I learned there are people with millions of followers not making much compared to people with thousands of followers. So here's an example. I know of two people working together. They have 3 million followers. They do. This is true. They have 3 million followers. They made a sale. They did a sale. They earned $120,000 to split between the two of them. Still pretty cool. Now, let me give you this. I know one person with 20,000 followers did one sale, earned $1 million. I'm not kidding. I'm not saying this happens overnight. We got to do the work. But you guys, We're not just getting followers. We're getting people who want to invest in you, who believe in you. We're on the same page. Write down hashtag same page if you're on the same page with me right now. This is really, really key. Same page, same page. I want to make sure that we are all here together. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Okay, I'm sorry I keep just only saying Carrie. I just keep looking up and seeing her at those moments. All right, next, we are going into a personal story for myself. So I have 2 Facebook groups where I have actually dealt with exactly my story at an even smaller scale. Okay, this was the moment that I really realized, oh, there's a big difference between having a ton of followers and then having an audience of people who are wanting to invest in you, what you have to bring to them. All right, so you guys are in the Dance Physical Therapist Facebook group. We're all in this together, obviously. This has about, I think, a little over 400 members. This is my smaller group. It's not very active. I still haven't really figured out how we're going to move things forward and get things going with conversations and events. If you guys have been in here before, you've seen my efforts and trying like little things here and there. I do love the Netflix party. That's fun. That's fun. Even though we've had a small amount, it's been quality time with humans, and I love quality time. So I'm still figuring that out here. However, this is the group where I've made sales. I have something that I want to offer you. We all have the same wants and desires in common. And with that, I am making money that has helped me get by during COVID. Oh, just wait. You guys just wait till my COVID story at the end of all this. Oh my God, you're going to not believe what happened to me. Anyway, it's horrible. I mean, so many of us dealt with it, but geez. Okay, so then I have this NYC musical theater performers Facebook group. It's over 1,000 people. It's like 1,200. It's steadily growing. I'm actually careful to not make it explode with growth, which right now I could easily do. But because the quality of the relationships there are so good and the consideration in there is so good, I'm being cautious. I don't want a ton of people to go in and not heed to the supportive environment we have on there, which is what I'm trying to do on here as well. So that being said, in my NYC, that group, oh my God, so many more followers. We have tons of things going on in there. We have musical theater readings. We have play readings. We have deep conversations about things like Black Lives Matter, diversity and casting, how to know if you should show up to an audition, even if you think you're not the correct weight and size and look. We are a community. We have Saturday cabarets. I'm obsessed with this group. We have things going on all the time. I miss the mark at times on things I'm supposed to post, like, Jenna, when are you putting it up? I'm like, oh my gosh, sorry. I literally have people checking on me in that group with things I need to be posting. I do once a week. I am able to squeeze in my little healthy habits kind of talk that I do just on Mondays. It's less, it's like 15 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little bit over, where I go into knee pain or something like that. That's where I get my little physical therapy on. I don't get a lot of viewers from that. I am actually starting to get patients though, which is pretty cool, but that's COVID story. But that being said, with all that I have going on in there, because it was just NYC musical theater performers and it wasn't niched down to really a real specific thing, I'm still learning from them where I can help them and provide a course and a program that they would want in the first place. You know, it'd be amazing. So that is something that I have not figured out. I have so many more people in that group compared to this group. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm kind of going, but I feel like it makes sense to you. So write down hashtag make sense if that makes sense, so I can just be sure that this is like same page here. Oh my gosh, see? I love this. Lauren's connecting with Amanda. That's awesome. You both are great people. Okay. I get excited by connections. All right. Now, let's talk about how with the importance of investing in people. Early on, I needed to learn from people who had huge followings of people who wanted to invest in them. I didn't want to just learn from people who didn't have that going on. I wanted to learn from somebody who was ahead of me. So I learned from Josh Forti. Josh Forti is a major influence for this entire 5-day workshop. Alex Engar, Will Boyd, they are amazing. Follow them. They help out with all this digital stuff online. They are incredible human beings. I'm in their mastermind with them for, honestly, I don't even know when I'm going to stop because they're just amazing. I work with people to teach me how to spend, and this is true, $0 to launch my course. It cost me $0 to launch my course. I learned how to spend $0 to build a loyal and raving fan base who is willing to invest in what I am offering. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this background stuff, but I have to set the tone of what we're doing. I need to get you pumped up. I can't just have you sit there going on a Sunday like, yeah, okay. No, we need to raise you. We need to raise each other up, okay? Oh my God, I'm sweating. I'm not here to just get you followers. I am not here to just get you followers. I am not here to just get you followers. Got it? We want loyal fans. Write it down, hashtag loyal fans in the comments below. I will show you how to build a wildly profitable dancer audience so you can build your dream life. Now, I need to say, audience creation framework is going to be taught here. So I'm teaching you that. I'm going to do a side note so you guys know. I have a couple people here who do not treat dancers who ended up attending, who are present tonight. I think I saw you, Mary Lou. She does pediatrics. I still focused. I niched down for this. The outliers will come if you are helping them out with something that still speaks to them. Never worry about niching down. Never. The more specific you are, the more you will specifically help the right people. Other people will come if that's a fear of yours. Get specific. Okay. Now, here is my proof that this works. Oh my God. If any of my physical therapy students are on here right now, they're like, ah! I did a candid shot. Okay, I'm gonna just say it at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna go back away from that just for them. So, but they, just because like they are candid, though I did get them to sign a waiver saying that yes, they would do, they will let me, but they're not the best pictures. But those are my people, 1.0 and 2.0. I got to point out something. Okay, so there's Joe. Oh man, Joe, I don't think he's here tonight. Joe is on the left side. He's the one where he's like sideways because he can't get his screen vertical. If anybody knows Joe Castelli, write down hashtag love Joe because he's such, oh my God, you gotta love Joe. He's always talking about he has difficulty with technology and it's like evidence right there. But dude, this works. This works. I was able to get people who are on the same page who I can fully help get to where they want to get from being specific and really focusing on people who want to invest in what I have to offer to them so I can actually help them. We all want to actually help people, right? I mean, am I right? Yeah, love you guys. Love, love, love. All right, we are diving in. Okay, first off, write this down or just order it right now. I need you to get the book Tribes by Seth Godin. So Seth, S-E-T-H, Godin, G-O-D-I-N. Tribes by Seth Godin. Okay, so let's now talk about tribes. All right, in order for a tribe, AKA audience, specific audience that you're aiming for, to thrive and happen, there needs to be 3 things: a leader, community, and community, which you can see in this diagram with all the little arrows. All right, so the leader needs to be able to communicate with the community. The community needs to be able to communicate with the leader. The community also needs to communicate with each other. It needs to be a full circle of communication in order to have a strong audience, AKA tribe. Does this make sense? Write down hashtag make sense down below. Hit the like, love button if you're really following this, if you're getting this, if this is honing in for you. Once you have established this, you need to filter out your loyal fans. I have done that. I'm doing that in this group very well. If you see the NYC Musical Theater Performers Group, working on it. Though we have a lot of things going on, we haven't fully gotten there yet. Okay, so online, you need to have a platform to grow your community. So the next thing you need to ask yourself is, what platform allows you this type of circle of communication? Is it Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? Am I going to go into it? Of course I'm going to go into it. Oh my gosh. What do you think we're here for? All right. So let's start. Let's go through platform breakdown. Oh my God. It's hot in here. You know, sometimes when you're just really good looking, things just get hot faster. So I think that's just the case because I'm so pretty. Okay. Anyway. So, all right. Facebook. Facebook is a community-based platform. This is where it's focused on community connection. The goal of Facebook, in quotes, they want to grow the community together. Like literally, that is their mission. Yeah. YouTube. YouTube is actually a search-based platform, like Google. Google is a search-based platform. YouTube is a search engine as well. No, Google is number one as a search engine online. YouTube is number two search engine online, and Google owns it. Of course they do. All right, Instagram. That is a very creative and artistic based platform. This is for visual people. You follow your favorite influencer on there. All right, podcast, my number 3 thing on this list. This is communication based. Okay, it takes elements from YouTube, which is the search engine platform, and Instagram, which is the visual platform. When you go to listen to a podcast, chances are your favorite influencer is the one who recommended it. So how many of you here have followed a podcast simply because it was recommended by an influencer? Write down #influencer in the comments. If I could type right now, I'd be like, yup, that is me, influencer right here. All right, so like YouTube, you do search for podcasts on iTunes or Spotify and Google. So it's something that is a search-based thing too. When it comes to building audiences, you need to know 20% is an art, but 80% is a science. All right. This is big. This is big. And I know you like hearing this. Now let's go. And let's add with everything that I just said, let's go through. Oh my God, I'm doing like hands right now. So with everything I just said, let's look at which platform allows you to have this leader, like I showed you before, this leader and communication going on, that circle of communication. All right, podcast. No. It's not the best place to start building this ecosystem. Instagram, can you create a leader? Yes, absolutely. Can people communicate with each other? Not really. You're not going to ask questions to get answers in Instagram comments. YouTube, do you have a leader? Yes, you have a leader, but not much comments interactions. All right, Facebook, people can kind of talk to me on my personal profile. People can talk to me on my feed, but they don't necessarily talk to each other. Sometimes it might be a little debate, but it's more just directly with me as the leader on my personal Facebook profile. However, in the Facebook group, you're able to have a leader and communicator ecosystem. You literally have a community that are together for a specific reason. Just like this Dance PT Facebook group. Notice I didn't say dance healthcare professionals. No, I got very specific. I can even get more, honestly. All right. And okay, so you literally have a community together for the same reason. I already said what I wrote. If you are in a Facebook group, you're able to talk to each other with something in common. It allows everyone to talk to everyone. And honestly, it's so much more rewarding that way. If this is valuable, which honestly, when I learned this, it is. Write down #value down below. Write down, hit that like, love button. That happy face, like, yeah, love it. Well, that's actually laughing. That'd be weird. I'd be like, what's so funny? I told a joke. Okay. All right. Now, even if you have 3 million followers on Instagram, YouTube, your value will be low because you don't have the communication ecosystem. All right. Now let's go to the Facebook group diagram. So when it says group in that little circle there, that group there is the Facebook group. I should have wrote Facebook group to be a lot more clear, but I didn't. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so if you're just starting out, you need to start your platform on social media. Social media is where it's at. It's where we live. It's what we do. It's a lot of times first thing in the morning, on our breaks, all those things. You need to be on social media. You can do it on another social media platform that's not a Facebook group, but it is very difficult. It is very difficult. It is very difficult. Honestly, you not doing a Facebook group, I would look as an equivalent of a patient coming to you, and you know how they can get better for long-term through physical therapy, but they still decide to go and get surgery. That's how I would equate it. All right. Okay, if you have a Facebook group, I want you to comment Facebook group down in the comments. Write down Facebook group so I can just already gauge who here already has that. If you don't have one, that is where you are going to be starting. You're going to be starting with that Facebook group, okay? If you're reading, if you are ready to build your business to the next level, you need to take them from this part of the value ladder and take them to the next thing. This is the first part, getting them in your Facebook group. A Facebook group is at the center of everything I do, everything I do. Like science, if you can't repeat it, it's not a good strategy. The stuff I'm doing, I'm repeating. The group is the main place to go in order to get centralized information. You will always do a call to action. So for instance, I go on Instagram and I do a post. I'm like, hey, if you like this, go check out my Facebook group. And you give my Facebook group link is in my profile. At the end of your YouTube video, now that you like these tips, if you want to learn more about this and get more free information, join my Facebook group. At the end of the email, at the end of the podcast, this is brought to you by, and you can even plug your Facebook group in there to just like regularly bring attention to it to get people in. TikTok, same thing. You can always just have, even like if you're doing a fast thing to promote health, you can always just have on the bottom and write the name of your Facebook group. Same thing on LinkedIn, okay? Always bringing it back. All right, now let's talk about how you can level up with a podcast. All right, if you have your Facebook group and if you want to get it more niche down so they will invest in you, here's how you get to valuable people in the group, how you get valuable people in your group filtered out. And that is podcast listeners. Podcast listeners. So 70% of people are more likely to buy from you if they are both in your Facebook group and if they're listening to your podcast. Be clear, you can make a ton of money just from your Facebook group alone. All right. But your income does double when you have a podcast as well. For example, me starting my Facebook group over an NYC musical theater performance. I had that going on, and then I leveled up with the podcast, and now the podcast has kind of gone aside because I got so busy in my NYC musical theater performers Facebook group. But now I have some amazing work study people who are about to start with me, and we're going to get that podcast and things published much more awesome because we have the interviews. The interviews are happening regularly, but now the podcast has to catch up and start publishing things to help increase and narrow down and help niche down NYC musical theater performers even more so. In this group, we don't even have the podcast. So this is proof. I'm actually literally working right now to taking the interviews that already have happened and repurposing them as podcast interviews. Isn't that amazing? All right. Now, group or podcast? You say potato and I say, okay. What you need to do right now is you need to focus on one thing. One thing. One thing. One thing. How many things did I say? One thing. Yes, I know. You're going to be like, Jenna, but you do so many things at once. Dude, everything I have done has built up to get where it wants to be, and then I add another, and then I add another. So everything starts as one thing, okay? So I want you to write down the idea of doing one thing, choosing between a podcast or a group. I want you to write down hashtag make sense, if that makes sense to you. Okay. Oh my God, I've gone way over. I'm so sorry, Savannah. I lied. All right. So, well, I did say a half hour to an hour, but I really thought tonight would be a half hour. Okay. So your homework today, these are you're going to be taking the answers to the homework and post them inside the Facebook group. It's a PDF. I'm going to share the link as soon as I get off here. Yay, Lauren, it makes sense. Woo, boom, pop, pop. I am the tiger, gonna feel the fight. Okay. Questions in your homework. 1, what do you need to do? Facebook group or podcast? Number 2, I want you to think about what having an audience would do for your life and share that. And then I want you, number 3, to answer, when will you do this for your audience? I want you to keep in mind that committing to a realistic date, knowing that it takes 2 weeks to launch either of these things, okay? Either the podcast or the Facebook group, okay? All right. Now we are on the part that I was telling you at the very end, my COVID-19 success story. I can't tell you guys how utterly relieved I am to call this a success story, because I'm telling you, at the beginning of COVID, it was awful. So fortunately, Dance PT 2.0 program closed literally like right before COVID began, the shutdown in New York City. So I'm like a week or 2 in, and then everything shuts down. Lost the majority of my patients, so many. And the level of imposter syndrome I dealt with, and I spoke with select physical therapists about at first, because it was so devastating to be teaching people how to treat dancers and I'm hardly treating anyone, was something I never experienced before. And it was extremely humbling. And I really was I dealt with imposter syndrome. We all deal with imposter syndrome, but there are times when it's really bad. And that happened to me. So what did I do? I hunkered my ass down. I worked my tail off. And I think this is important to say, because nothing just happens. All right. Mary Luz, if you're still on here, be like, that's right. Just say hard work, agree. Write down hashtag agree, Mary Luz, because I know on the page, anybody who understands how hard work is hard work. Things don't just come your way and magically appear. Write down hashtag agree, because dude, so I hunkered down. I worked with Alex Engar and Will Boyd heinously. I learned from Josh Forty like crazy. And I signed up with new mentors, working with Josh Payne and Captain David Bailiff, who are mobile PT, because I needed to learn. I needed to be pushed to do things that I hate doing, which is specifically emails. And if any of you guys have gotten emails from me when it was on the wrong day, you understand how much I hate emails. Things just happen at the wrong time. And I'm like, no, but hey, it's fine, because we don't need to be perfect at everything. You don't need to be a computer whiz. You don't need to be a whiz at anything. You just need to put in the work and it will work out. All right. So what I want to share with you is I went from having like patients to none, and it's good again. And guess what? I'm doing only telehealth now. Only telehealth. I'm sharing this with you to know that anything is really, really possible if you put the work in. And all these patients I did not get from in person. They all are from online. And that I am getting from my NYC Musical Theater Performers group. But that's because I'm being very individual. I mean, there's a whole thing that I'm doing there. But like literally, and don't worry, we're getting into things. I don't want you to be like, oh, should we do that? No. Staying focused. But I just want you to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel in this hellhole called COVID-19, this pandemic, HE double toothpicks. I mean, it's so funny. I fucking say fuck, but I can't say HE double. Anyway, that's funny. Okay, so all right. I want you to know that what you're about to do for yourself these 5 days and what you're going to set up is going to be setting up your dream life. You are going to give yourself the capability to have a mental health day, not with the permission of someone else. This will give you the option to serve without having to charge money, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. And it's a freaking joy. Love this. All right. This is all totally obtainable, and you do not need thousands of dollars to do this. You don't. I want to review the homework with you one more time. You're going to be answering, what do you need to do, a Facebook group or podcast. I want you to think about what having an audience would do for your life. This will be on the paper too. And then when will you do this for your audience? Committing a realistic date, knowing that it takes 2 weeks to launch. Okay? If you found value tonight, I want you to write down #value and put down the like and love button. Just like hit it like crazy. Hit it like you're like applauding, like, yeah! All right. If also actually, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to see you at the same time tomorrow. So same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, every single day. I literally just had somebody text me that they're peeing. Okay. You know, sometimes you're just friends with people who you're meant to be friends with. Okay, so I'm going to see you at the same time tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. This is worth your time. If I met your expectations, I want you to write down #met. If I exceeded your expectations, I want you to write down #exceeded. Honestly, when I learned these things, this massively exceeded my expectations, because I was like, oh my God, these are the answers that I needed. I didn't want too many things at once. I wanted just specific, like easy assignments. Let me just do these little steps, and that's how we're going to do it. I'm not going to overwhelm you, my friends. We are going to be taking step forwards and just getting you closer to your dream life, getting you exactly what you need for your business to survive. All right. It's going to take work, but we can do this. All right. All right. So of course, somebody is calling me right now. I cannot believe it. I took 50 minutes. Okay, I'm going to be way, way better next time with time. I freaking love you guys so much. Like, heart you, please. If you felt like you connected with somebody on here, please friend each other, start messing each other. We are a community. Love is love is love is love is love. I will see you tomorrow night. Bye. Oh, and I'm posting in like seconds. I'm going to post the homework in the comments. It's going to be a link. Okay, bye.